Hey YouTube, Brian LCS. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this video, Miles Morales Spider-Man #4 review. There's going to be spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled, there is your warning. So let's jump in and take a look at the creative team for this issue. We have Cody Ziegler writing and Federico Ventini on art. And we last left off where Miles was being attacked or in a battle with Rabble, the new villain that has come up on the scene, seeking revenge on Miles. And so that's kind of where we jump in on the story. Miles is, this battle back and forth with Rabble. And then Rabble makes a statement that, she basically says she knows all about Miles, his girlfriend, his best friend, his family, his sister, and Miles really has a bad reaction to that, and Rabble basically says she's going to hurt Miles' family. And the battle just, continues. We have, plenty of panels where they're kind of back and forth. Rabble's using her technology, her drones, to aid in the battle. And then we get this big splash page where Rabble uses some type of energy from her costume and basically sends Miles out into the water, and she basically takes off. And then we cut to, Rabble heading back to her, hideout or home. And then we see she has still has Starling, captured and wrapped up there, basically tied up, I should say. And there's this little bit of back and forth. And Rabble reveals that, she's in a little bit of pain, that her costume and powers basically drain her physically. And so it takes a lot of energy for her to, use her costume. So that was a little bit of a reveal there that, we didn't know that. And so then we see Miles' best friend Genki here, and he's basically under, some type of, spell or control from Rabble. So that's another reveal, basically. And then we cut back to Miles, and we see Misty Knight helping to kind of dig him out of the water there. And he's taking a beating here. And he's explaining to, Misty about, what Rabble had said to him about going after his family. And he's pretty upset, but also, pretty shaken from the beatdown that he just took. And so Misty kind of gives him a pep talk as, his kind of mentor, recently in these last couple issues. And she basically says, look, you got to get it together, and you can't just go after her with, vengeance or rage. You need to have a plan, at least some type of, plan. And so there's this kind of, back and forth. And you even mentioned Peter Parker saying, hey, even the other Spider-Man, goes into things with a plan. So there is one of these drones that they do find that was decommissioned during the fight between Rabble and Miles. And so they hatch up a plan to restart it and use it to basically track Rabble back to her hideout. And that's what we see. They get the drone going, and then they're off, to follow it and hopefully lead them to Rabble's, whereabouts. And we see another little, splash page where Miles is following the, or full page, I should say, that where Miles is following the drone. And then Misty is in a car, basically, following it from below, and Miles is following it from, above, swinging through Brooklyn here. Yeah, and so ultimately Misty gets there quicker, following the car, and she basically, sees where the drone goes. And so she's going in to see what is going on. and she sneaks in. She sees both Starling and Genki tied up now, and she's going in to free them, and she gets attacked by some of Rabble's technology. And then we cut to Miles, and he's still swinging through to get there, and then he comes upon his apartment, and where his family lives, and he sees that something is not right, and that there is a big fire going on. He sees some of the drones, and he sees Rabble. And that's where we leave off. We don't know what has happened to Miles' family at this point. And so it's a big cliffhanger for issue number 4 here. This, was a really enjoyable issue. I've really found that I've enjoyed the Miles Morales storyline better than Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man storyline. I don't know if it kind of goes back to the roots of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, when he first started. We're dealing with like a younger Miles, and he's dealing with similar things that Peter dealt with, protecting his family and dealing with villains that are coming after his family. So I really enjoyed this issue. I think this entire series has been off to a good start. I wasn't too sure on Rabble at first, but she does seem to be developing into a pretty good character, pretty good villain. So overall, thinking about my 5 webhead review system, I'm going to go with a solid 4 for this issue. Issue number 4 gets 4 webheads. Like I said, I feel like this is more kind of classic good guy versus bad guy, and Miles, dealing with all of the things that Spider-Man deals with as a young superhero. He's trying to balance, school and family life and protecting those that he loves. And so I don't know, maybe it's just the old school Spider-Man, story lover in me that this kind of brings back to the early days of Peter Parker Spider-Man. So that's why that's why I'm going with a 4 for this issue. So let me know what you think. Are you reading this? What do you think of this new series? We're 4 issues in. What do you think of Rabble? What do you think of the supporting cast? Misty Knight being the mentor to Miles. Just the whole storyline. Let me know if you're reading. Let me know down below in the comments. And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next video.